Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel. Transfer complete.
Incoming transmission from Vice Admiral Richard Sams, Regional Coordinator Region 20, SFI.
Command codes verified.
And a very good evening. Hope everyone is well, and thanks very much for tuning in. The more astute of you will have noticed that it's a week out of sync. Last week didn't happen for various reasons, so it's the second Thursday of the month, but we're doing one. We're doing one anyway because it's a special day. Today is the centenary of Gene Roddenberry's birth, and without his vision, you wouldn't be listening to me. You'd be doing something much more productive on this Thursday evening or afternoon. I say afternoon because Eric's joined us, and I know Eric is in the States. But thank you very much for joining, and cheers, Gene. Here's to you. Happy birthday. Been quite interested in seeing stuff around social media all day on different bits and pieces about it all. And of course, it's also Jonathan Frakes' birthday as well. So two good Star Trek birthdays on the 19th of August. Yeah. Oh, beg pardon, Eric, Canada. I do beg your pardon. I know it's very, very distinct. It's as I imagine it's annoying when everyone thinks that you're American when you're Canadian. It's the same as everyone thinks we're British when actually we're not. We're either English, Welsh, Scots, or Irish over here. There is a difference, and I appreciate that. But similar sort of time zones to where our American viewers would join us from. So nothing particular to discuss or talk about tonight. Not a lot going on really, but it's summer, it's holiday season. People are, I suppose the biggest news are people are actually doing things, going out slowly but surely, and things are returning to a form of normal, different than what we had, but different than what we had before, but better than what we've had for the last 18 months, definitely. So again, my continual request, please be aware of the restrictions, if any, or the requirements or recommendations in the area where you reside, and please take notice of them. Please, if you haven't, without wishing to get into any sort of debate about the where's or why-fors, please do get vaccinated, because it protects not only you but those that you come into contact with. Let's not get into a whole scientific debate about this and that. I saw some strange comments on a friend's post on Facebook earlier, which made me, that's exactly what I did, internally and externally. But anyway, do what you need to do. Other than that, what have people been doing? It's still business as usual for me, work-wise. There was something. The database, without it being a dirty phrase, there was a an issue again, something that the web host changed, which then affected the database, and so it had to be put into maintenance mode. Now I am aware that on at least 2 of the chapters in Region 20, there has been a delay with people renewing their memberships. The CEOs, well, all the CEOs have been told to keep an eye on it, and if the people know they've renewed, and the best way to do that, if you've paid via PayPal, you will have got an email from PayPal confirming that you've made a payment to Starfleet. If they've got that and still nothing goes on, then obviously they can submit a help desk ticket for it to be looked into. Now, it could all just be that there's been an issue and the stuff. I know of at least one. There was the knock-on issue was that when the database was put into maintenance mode while the team fixed it, you could still add stuff into the database. But anything that was added in while it was in maintenance mode was then lost when maintenance mode was turned off. And I know of at least one thing that happened, because I had to go back in and redo something that had been done already. So there are varying reasons why these renewals might not be showing up. But please, if by the end of this week, so by this sort of time tomorrow, and it's been about a week or so, then please do confirm that you had the receipt from PayPal, because it has happened before. We have reports where people, in all good faith, believe they've renewed, but for some reason the PayPal bit hasn't completely gone through, and of course, then that means that you haven't renewed. So check that you've got the receipt, the email receipt from PayPal. Oh, excuse me. And then you or your CEO can submit a help desk ticket just to flag it up to membership processing, so they can sort that out for you. Other than that, database stuff, I believe the Marine Corps Academy, they are now not adding stuff to the database. Because it can be so glitchy, so they're going back to the keeping it on a tab thing. But you will still get an email from the instructor confirming that you've passed or whatever. Let me just show you this one from Eric, just giving you some Starfleet Academy information. There you go. Starfleet continues to convert exams to the multiple guest format. I love that. It's a brilliant phrase. I love that. The following exam is multiple guests. Because as Eric points out quite rightly, if it's a multiple choice exam, then you get your grade straight away. You go into and you excuse me, you can then generate a certificate within Moodle. So that's great. Yeah, that's really good. It does make it easier. Don't forget, of course, that while that does happen, if you still prefer to do it offline, when you go into Moodle, there will always be the option to download the exam as a PDF, and then you just need to write your answers on a separate Word document or similar, and then submit those to the instructor. But if you do want the immediate response, then the online exams are the way to do it, because you get to take it in real time and get the grade straight away. But thank you for that, Eric. That's really useful. Very, really useful piece of information for everyone to know. I don't think I've missed anything else so far. No, evening all for those that said hello. Yeah, that's also another good point, actually. In theory, those that are filled and sent in theory, instructors have a week to grade, but real life can interfere, and the last 18 months have been a really good example of that. So sometimes things happen, and like everything else, email is not completely infallible. The emails can not deliver, or they can deliver to a junk or a spam folder, even if they've previously delivered correctly. You know, there are so many variables with it all. It all depends on what that email provider felt like doing at the particular time that email was sent and or received. So do keep an eye on it. But yeah, so in theory it's about a week or so. But I know some people prefer the instant result. I quite like that, I must admit. If I'm doing exams, I like to know that I've got them done there and then. And I know from conversations on Discord that the Marine Corps Academy are looking to move on to Moodle and do it that way as well. But again, it does take time. If the original exam was one that required more than just you picking an answer from a list of choices, then there is some work needed to either convert that question into a multiple choice question, or Moodle can accept exams that have short answers, but then that still has to be manually graded by the instructor afterwards. So you know, it's an ongoing process. But Moodle's still better. I mean, we've still got a lot of courses now that you can take on Moodle and take straight away, which we haven't had before. What if you want to know which courses there are? There is, in fact, it needs to be. I have to upload it to the Region 2010 forward page, but there is on the Fleet members only page. A couple of days ago, Carol posted the new course catalogue. So that gives you the full list of all the courses in all the colleges under all the institutes. It's quite a comprehensive list. So if you want to know what you can do, it's all in there. We do try and post. The latest version whenever it comes out, but I know one came out a couple of days ago. I've not had a chance to do that yet. So that's Academy stuff. Good evening to those that have joined us in the while. Technical point, John. It's not tonight, it's tomorrow morning. It's 1 o'clock our time, the Region 13 watch party. So technically it's not tonight, technically it is tomorrow. Might be PM their time, but it's definitely tomorrow our time. So what is going on tomorrow evening? Bear with me while I check. Tomorrow. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm waiting for something. Oh, okay, right. So again, technically tomorrow, but in reality for us, After Dark is on tomorrow night for our friends across the pond. It's at 4 a.m. Saturday for us is After Dark. So if you're up really early or really, really late, or you haven't gone to bed yet, then you have After Dark to watch on Saturday. And on Saturday proper for us, Saturday evening at 8 o'clock is the AMA. And I shall be on that again this time round. They're trying something a bit new. So it's not an international AMA, it's just an AMA now. I think Kim's trying out just doing one a month that incorporates all of Fleet, but still at the sort of time that the international one was on, because that works better across all the different time zones and stuff. It's never great. We do have trouble. One of the downsides of being universally spread out across the whole globe is that it's really hard to try and get a time that is suitable for everyone. You can sort of get bits, because I think that 8 p.m. for us is 7 to 9 a.m. Sunday for Region 11. And that sort of way, but it's again, it depends on the time zones and stuff. That's all a bit, it's either very late for someone or very early for someone else, but that's how it goes. Jonathan asked a question, in terms of an official regional presence, probably not, no, because nothing's come, there is nothing organised as far as I'm aware, because no one was certain it's going on. I must admit, I still have my concerns that it may not go on, just because it's the way things are coming at the moment. It's still too far in advance, as far as I know. I know there are members of Region 20 going, but there won't be. Unfortunately, what's happened in the past is that there's been a decision not to have fan clubs there officially with a presence, and then that decision gets amended with about 3 or 4 weeks to go. The cynic in me would say that's when they realise that they haven't got as many traders as they expected, and they've got space and they want to fill a space. And we've been asked twice now for 2 different ones to go within like 4 weeks notice, which is really not a lot of time if you're planning to sort stuff out, because by that time people who are going have bought and paid for the talks or the photo ops or the packages that get you all those bits and pieces. And quite rightly, if I paid the sort of money that you have to pay for those bits, I wouldn't want to then spend up my time then manning a stall. I know, as I can see it in the comments, I know there are groups from chapters going, which is great, but I don't believe there will be an official R20 presence in the form of a stand or a stall there, because nothing's been organised. It's essentially what it comes down to. And as I say, I can't go. I just can't go at all. I'm quite disappointed about it, because it's in London, so it's as close as it can get. But because it's been rescheduled along with other things that I'm already committed to, which have been rescheduled to the same weekend. So there you are. And the things that have been rescheduled, I have paid for, and I hadn't paid for DST. So unfortunately, the pocket wins, and I'm going to the things that I'd already paid for that have been rescheduled at the same time. So it's unfortunate, but there you are. It would be nice to think we could plan ahead to have a presence, but there is also the point that you do need people to man a stall, because really you don't want people on it for more than a couple of hours at a time without a break to go and do something else. But as I said before, it's been organised when the offer's been made before. It's been so late in the day that everyone who could have gone was already going but had paid. And so quite rightly didn't want to give up time to man the stall when they were expecting to be out and about enjoying the thing. But I'm sure with the people that go, fingers crossed that it goes ahead, with the people that do go, there is plenty of opportunity between now and then via social media or whatever to arrange a time or a place for anyone to meet, as has happened before. And I do hope it goes ahead, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. But I'm just conscious that it's a long time between now and then, with in the scheme of how quickly things have changed over the last 18 months. But again, as I say, it's a long time between now and then, so things could change for the positive in that time. There's so many variables with everything as it goes around at the moment. It will interesting to see what bits come over. There seem to have been lots of bits and pieces popping up at the Las Vegas event last weekend, which is interesting. Always interesting to see stuff when it pops up and whatnot. But we'll see, and hopefully it will be will be a good one, but hopefully people can then start planning for stuff to happen in 22 on a more secure and more confident basis with what's going to happen. So that's where we're at with stuff at the moment. So if you're having trouble sleeping or you get up really early, you can tune into After Dark at 4 a.m. on Saturday. Don't forget, of course, they're all recorded and are available on the Commander Starfleet International 2020 Facebook page, as opposed to group, which is where they're broadcast from. And so you can always go and look at the past recordings there. Similarly, you can do that with us. You can look either on our Facebook page, which is, bear with me because I'm going to get it up. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/R20SFI. That's that. And of course, it's all. We're also available on YouTube, which has a completely incoherent tag because we're at 42 subscribers at the moment. I'll go and get this one and stick it in the link. 42 subscribers, and until we get to 100, we are stuck with this. That's what I want. Beg pardon. I'm trying to find the right link. That's all. There we are. I shall pop it in the comments now. Yeah, we're stuck with that fantastic little link that just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? And we can't change that. We can't customize that until we get to 100 subscribers. So please, if you could pop on and just subscribe. We don't have to watch it on YouTube, to be perfectly honest. As long as you subscribe, then it ticks our numbers up, and then we'll get to the magic 100 and be able to make it something that's a bit easier to remember. But yeah, there you go. So that's about all we can do up and until yeah, I'm just checking. We can't. No, I was right. Yeah, no, we can't change it yet. So there you go. Oh, Anthony, I will do one better. I will let you remind everyone that the Tribble Whisperers Tribble Trivia competition will be running as usual tomorrow morning. It runs across a number of pages. It runs on the R20 10 forward page, which is R20 members only. It also runs on the USS Cullen's group, USS Caroline's group, USS Essex group, and I think that's all the ones that I get notified that it pops up on. Anthony appears on my Facebook feed quite a lot on Fridays and on Mondays. So those of you who haven't taken part in it before, Anthony posts up a Trek-related trivia question on a Friday, and you have all the way until Sunday to answer it. And then he randomly selects one person from all the correct entries, and that person wins a Tribble. And excuse me 1 second. Oh, because just out of shot here. Oh, come here. Are the two that I've been on. I can't get used to it right that way around. Sorry, trying to move his face. Got his signature. They're the two that I've been lucky enough to win. The two I've been lucky enough to win of Anthony at various times. So there you are. That's what you can win. All handmade with the little uniform tops on, and there's different variations. So whatever it is on the screen tomorrow, you will be able to choose one of those. And that's and again, huge thanks to Anthony for running that for us. Absolutely no cost to anyone but himself as well, which is phenomenal, and that's great. He's been running that for a couple of years now. It must be. Must be coming up for 2 years, if not, it's already gone past 2 years. But absolutely fantastic bit of stuff he does there. And of course, and then on Mondays, without committing him to do it again next week. Now, if I'm lucky enough to win a third one, then he's going to be a red shirt. Then I've got a set then, because I went for this is James Tribulus Kirk. See, because he's got his captain's variant green top on. I've got to come up. I haven't decided yet. I've 3 years. Wow, Anthony, well done. I haven't decided yet if this chap or chapess here is science or medical. I haven't quite decided yet, so there's no name for that one yet. But there will be a red shirt in due course. And the other competition we're very lucky enough to have is that Lee Raythorpe runs a competition on Monday. Oh, look at the glare on that. Let me try and get that without any too much glare on it. There you go. That is a reproduction of one of the poker chips used in TNG. I didn't expect it to come in this fantastic little case as well. It's absolutely awesome. So that's just another one of the bonuses that we have available. And picking that up has reminded me of something. I'll do it with this one because I didn't get the other ones out. Yes, there was something. So I meant to have prepped this earlier, but then quite rudely, work expected me to actually do some work today, which quite rude. I mean, I turn up. I turn up every day, and you know, I think that's a fair compromise. But no, apparently I have to do stuff as well. I know it's outrageous, isn't it? Absolutely outrageous. Which, excuse me, didn't give me time to prep properly. Excuse me, chaps. Just get them out of the way. Keep an eye on the fact that those keep an eye on the fact that those two tribbles remain as two. Very careful; they don't get fed. Certainly not when it goes dark. Who says I'm still working from home? Who says I have to wear pants? Who says? You're not even sure. Well, because I stood up tonight to get the thing, but most weeks you people aren't even sure whether I've got a full top on or not, let alone whether I'm wearing pants as well. And that's pants or trousers or underpants, anything from the bottom half. But just to prove Mrs. Smith incorrect, I'll show you I have a pair of shorts on. You see, I am suitably dressed in the bottom half. But there you are. So what I was doing, I was trying to find the other bit I need while I talk about it. So this is a flick back to the recent the international conference and the awards, the annual awards. So you remember back in April, May, we had our regional awards, fantastic group of winners, and I was very chuffed to be voted flag officer of the year, and then to also have been awarded the Archer Medal, which was a real absolute surprise because it's, those who aren't aware, I have nothing to do with the personal awards. It's run by my regional chief of awards. It goes out to a panel which is made up of reps from chapters, and they pick it. And I've never yet had to say, well, I don't agree with that, it should be this one. It's all done anonymously as well. There's a lot of work goes into it. So our winners are winners based on what they've done, not who they are. Absolutely not on who they are, because the people that are voting for them don't know it. I'm very sorry, I'm just trying to find something. I can't remember where it is. Let's. Oh, of course, because sorry, being stupid, but I'll put something. So that was our awards, and then our regional award winners then go forward to become our winners for fleet. And brilliantly this year, we had a winner in Thea Kane, who's a member of the USS Merlin, and she won Junior Member of the Year. Absolutely brilliant. So what I wasn't prepped to do, got completely out of bonk, was that what I've been doing for a couple of years. In fact, I did this in, it was actually only last year after all that. Got it all sorted out last year. I decided to, I did a bit of internal fundraising because I wanted to have created to be able to distribute at my I can't think of the right word now. Discretion, there it is. At my discretion, a challenge coin. So I had these made up, which I don't think I'm showing them. I say them. There we go. I had these made up. It's a RC challenge coin. It's a proper metal coin with the, as you're looking at it there, with the R20 logo on one side and then the regional coordinators logo or seal on the other. I say it's my coins, which are for me to distribute as I feel appropriate, and I've made the decision that they're going to be given out for those who represent the region in a positive light. So I made the commitment that anyone that wins a fleet award definitely is showing R20 in a positive light. So I backdated it to all the fleet award winners that have been from Region 20 since I was appointed as regional coordinator. They were all sent coins. Last year's one was. And so Thea will be sent a coin as well. And where we've been lucky enough to win fleet awards for the chapter categories, so chapter of the year, shakedown chapter, support chapter, I spoke with the CO of the chip and asked them to nominate someone. Some nominated themselves, others have nominated their XO or another officer, and so it's all gone out that way. And then the other one that gets it is the winner of the Archer medal gets a coin as well, because the Archer medal, for those who aren't in Region 20, we have all of our regional awards which match the fleet ones. We also have additional awards for XO of the year, for new member of the year, and we also brought in one this year, the Neelix Award, for that person who'd gone that bit extra to make a real effort to cheer everyone up. And they're all put in, and then within those, the champion's champion, if you like, is picked. As I said, I was very flattered to find that I'd been awarded that as well this year. So I don't need another coin because I got one. I kept the first one out of the batch that came. So as mentioned earlier, and I'm jumping around a bit, but it's the way the story is remembering itself to me. To raise the funds for it, I offered, I think it was 16 or 17 coins in the end. And if people were able to donate the money, then they got a coin. And that's it. That was the only opportunity you had to buy a coin. The other ones now are only going to be given out at my discretion, as I've explained or whatever. So I picked the first one of those out, and I've got that in. I'll stop sharing that now, can't I? So I've got mine in a nice little stand thing, nice little plastic stand that sits on the side of my on the cabinet to the side of my desk there. So that's my one, sits there like that every day. So I don't need one for being the Archer medal winner this year, although I'm very chuffed to have been nominated for it. And I just sort of, oh, okay, well, that's fine. I don't need to. Want to keep going through it. Then I thought about it when we were looking at I was thinking about Thea's one. I thought, hold on a minute, I could apply the same principle to my coin, if you like, as I've done with the ships in the past. So, you know, offer it out to the CEO to assign it to a person. And I'm sorry, I told you I keep jumping around. The other thing I've done with it as well, for those who don't know, it's they're not really such a thing in the UK, coins. They're definitely it seems to be much more American or a forces type thing, or any sort of grouping. But you get a coin, and then if you happen to be at a bar, someone puts a challenge coin down, then you're supposed to put yours down, and then either the last person to put their coin down or the person who doesn't have a coin is then on the hook for that round, for the next round. But I've flipped mine round a bit because actually, let me just try and see if I can get this so it's readable. Then you can read it without me having to. Right, let's try sharing this one now then. So then this information goes out. If I do that, you can see it slightly better. So this information goes out on a little laminated strip that goes out. So this challenge coin has been awarded by me in recognition of your efforts and achievements, which have raised the profile of Region 20 within SFI and the wider Trek fan community. Whenever we are at an event together and you produce your coin, it will be my pleasure to buy you a drink to say thank you. This offer stands for as long as I remain regional coordinator, and I hope that my successor will continue that tradition. Live long and prosper. So that's the difference. I'll buy you a drink. I have put a caveat on that if it's at something like a summit or whatever, I will buy you a drink for the for a period of that event, not one drink every time you see me at the bar. Because otherwise I just won't leave the bar and drown my own sorrows. But that's my commitment, and I've given out where's my log? And that offer stands for those people that supported the fundraising effort as well. So at the moment, I've given out 33. Thea's excuse me, Thea's coin will be 34, and they're only 50. I only had 50 made. Thea's coin will be 34. So technically, my deferred Archer medal will be 35. So I thought about this. I'll put Thea's name in while I think of it. And with all those conditions that I've gone through before, and the caveats about why I'm giving them out and what they're for and bits and bobs like that, that I have decided that I should be awarding one of those coins to our brigade officer in charge, Lieutenant Colonel Robbie O'Brien, for his excellent work in promoting SFMC in Region 20, and that work really showed up with the results that we got in the Valor Awards at the International Muster. Robbie's also done a phenomenal job in supporting and assisting me with these live streams, as well as taking, and a lot of that has been taking the pressure off me by once a month hosting the Marine Takeover Crayon Crack. So he's done a phenomenal amount of work to support and promote the region and the brigade. So I'm very pleased to award an RC's Challenge coin to him. And what I will do is I will get all the certificates sorted out and made up and posted online tomorrow for both Thea and Robbie, and then get those out to people, get those out to them this weekend. So, flash of information. I knew there was something else, but so I would have been more prepared with that. Only that expected work out of me today. I should be having words about that tomorrow. Don't worry. So, as we said, I'm going to start rounding up now. 40 minutes of waffle. So, as we said at the start, say it now. So, decided to come out of sync there this week. Normally, these are on the second and fourth Thursdays of the month, with Robbie on the 1st. But I've come out of sync slightly because today is the centenary of Gene Roddenberry's birth. I think the best description was one that was put up in Region 20 groups today by Ailey Montgomery, the CEO of the USS Alba. While Gene, as a man, may have come in for some criticism against what we would accept as suitable conduct nowadays, there is, I can still view what his vision and his achievements for me stand alone apart from the man, mainly because although he's not with us anymore, it still continues, and that's a legacy of someone, is that it doesn't die with you, it carries on. So it's great. Without Gene, without Trek, we wouldn't have you wouldn't be sitting here thinking, why am I listening to that stupid bald man? And I won't be sitting there thinking, why are they listening to this stupid bald man? But more importantly, we wouldn't have connected. And I know that certainly over the last 18 months, the connections through SFI, in whichever form they've taken, have been immensely useful to a huge number of people, whether it's been Zoom meetings, online quizzes, 2020 con last year, fantastic weekend that was, these regular chats, and then the stuff that Fleet does as well, invites. What has been absolutely brilliant to see over the last year and a half has been the flurry of invitations to come in and join. We said earlier, Region 13 are having a watch party tomorrow morning for us, but tomorrow there's the stuff that the Commander Starfleet does, and then the spin-offs that have come out of that. So After Dark, the Starfleet at Large, Starfleet Icons, all stuff we haven't had before. But if ever we needed it, it's been in the last 18 months. It's been brilliant. And without Gene, we wouldn't have had any of that. So it's it is something worth celebrating. I count myself very lucky. I joined Trek because I enjoyed the show. What I never expected to get is what I have got is a huge number of real long-lasting friendships. Some absolutely hilarious times at regional summits, and I'm very much looking forward to another good weekend next year when we do finally all get to Belfast, and it's all because of that one man. A lot of other people have had an input as well, but an idea has to start somewhere, and it was his idea, and that's what we all follow. So happy birthday, Gene! Thank you very much for the vision. And long may we continue trekking on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, amazingly, there are still 18 of you with nothing better to do. So that does worry me slightly, if I'm completely honest. But then maybe you just like watching an old bald man sweat, not figuratively, not actually, about what to say next. Thank you. In all seriousness, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Been very, very nice to catch up with you across Region 20 and into Eric. I'll go back to comments. Eric, are you Region 10 or Region 13? Because Canada is in both of those. Just to see where else we've gone through. But no, it's been great. Been very nice to catch up with everyone. Please do continue to stay safe, stay well, absolutely continue to enjoy your trek. And I'll probably see you next Thursday for our regularly scheduled broadcast. Oh, there's an interesting one. So Eric lives in 13, but his chapter is in 7. Oh, there you go. There's a nice mix. It happens a lot. We've got people who live in 20 but are in. I know of people who live in 20 but are in chapters in regions 1 and 2. We've also got people in region 20 who live in region 11, region 9, region 4. Oh, there's at least one more. Yeah, but so we've got R20 members spread across different regions as well. It's a great thing about SFI. You can belong anywhere and join in with anything. Have a great rest of your day, wherever you are. Keep safe and well. If you can take more boredom and waffle from me, don't forget 8 p.m. region 20 time on Saturday is SFI's AMA, and I shall be on that. If not, I shall see you next week. Keep well, keep safe, live long and prosper.
I'm going to sleep this off. Please let me know if there's some other way we can screw up tonight.